So we're not wringing our hands about it. Bitterly disappointed, sure, of course. We know we can do something about it. You go out there and you go play, and you play well. So our coaches know what they're doing, our players know what they're doing, and we'll be out there competing. We will show up, I promise you, and we will be ready to play.
I like that. The bar is pretty low there. The Ravens will be there on time.
Hold on, before you even ask questions.
I like what he
Oh, yeah. Oh, here we go.
Well, yesterday it didn't work, but every time we talk about this game,
All right.
first things first.
Excellent.
Let's go. Just so everybody knows the stakes. That
Absolutely.
Can Mahomes outplay Lamar Jackson?
I'm offended by the question.
Okay.
And so, if it said will, I would not be offended by the question.
Oh, okay.
I think given the level Lamar has played at this year and last year, and the year before for that matter, in the regular season, and the level Mahomes has played at up to this point this season, the will would be a totally fair question.
Okay.
The can makes it outright offensive because they've played 6 times and Mahomes has done it every single time, including last year when Lamar was great, the year before when Lamar was great, when Mahomes was supposed, right. And so I will just quickly show America the 6 matchups. The first one ever was the closest Lamar ever came to, you could argue, outplaying Patrick. He had the higher passer rating, the best passer rating he's had in these matchups. Unfortunately for him, the defining play of the game was this one by Patrick that he came on our show a couple years ago, back when he would come on our show before Wilds took so many shots at him he won't come on anymore, which he called his favorite play of his career. That was a 4th down with, I mean, you can see it, a minute left, 4th down a touchdown to save the game that they went on to win. That was their first ever.
I gotta be honest, too.
Yeah.
That's so Ravens. There's like 4 dudes right there. I mean, it could have been an interception.
So that's
so Ravens, unironic, that's so Ravens.
I hate to say it.
That was
That's
great.
Team,
that's so Ravens.
Man,
That's
yeah,
good.
that was totally
the next time they played is the only time Lamar has, or I'm sorry, he won the one after. The next time they played, Patrick thoroughly outplayed him in 2019. The next time they played was the only game, or I guess I'm wrong about which one they won. My apologies. But regardless, Patrick once again, 400 yards, a 133 rating.
That's back when he was.
That was a domination. Right, when Patrick was, he didn't win league MVP that year, but almost did. This next one has to be the one the Ravens won. I'm not trolling here.
Yeah.
This is the one. I just had the order wrong. That Baltimore won, but again, that was not Lamar. Right. Lamar wasn't amazing in that game as far as a ball security perspective. He ran like crazy in that game. I think he had 120 on the ground, which is why the passer rating is what it was. And then we know the other times they've played, what's happened. Again, AFC Championship game. Lamar had a bunch of yards, but much like the iconic play of the first game was a play we all remember. The most notable play for the 2 guys from this game was, as coach would call it, this pass into the team meeting in the 4th quarter to lose the game. And then last year, they played in week 1, and once again, Patrick won and outplayed him. So the narrative has gone a bit too far. If there is any matchup that exists where we are asking, can Patrick outplay the opposing team's quarterback, particularly when Patrick is going to be going against maybe the worst defense in football right now. So yes, Patrick can outplay Lamar.
Was that Dusty with the wording? Can?
I don't know.
No, we all okayed it. It wasn't me.
Of course he can. I mean, despite his mediocre statistical play over this year, last year, the year before to some degree, he's still, over the course of his career, the best quarterback I've ever seen. And he's still in his prime. And so, yes, he absolutely can outplay anybody. Josh Allen, Lamar, whoever it might be. But on Sunday, I expect Lamar to certainly have better statistics. All right, that was interesting. You showed it because he hasn't really been great statistically against the Chiefs. But Lamar has become amazing in the regular season. He's like LeBron now. Like, LeBron never has bad games. Even when for LeBron, what's a bad game? It's still 25, 8, and 5 or something like that. Like, Lamar, his last 18 games in the regular season, these are his numbers.
It's unbelievable.
128 passer rating, 48 touchdowns. That's passing, not including rushing. 48 touchdowns to 3 interceptions.
I think if you look at those 3 interceptions, I think there's a handful of in guys' hands.
Yeah,
too.
probably. His accuracy is off the charts. And then the yards per attempt, too, is phenomenal. And, Nick, that passer rate, 18 games, obviously more than a full
That would be
season,
the record for a year.
by 6 points.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers has the record for a single season, 122. So, and in that stretch, I think Lamar's had 2 games where he hasn't had a passer rating of at least 101. 128 average. Mahomes hasn't had a game with a 128 passer rating since 2023. It's like a stretch of 28 games.
Is that the regular season only?
Regular
for Patrick?
season, yeah, because he did it in the playoffs.
He did, yeah.
But regular season, he hasn't. Here's where, even if Lamar is better statistically, and I do expect him to be better statistically, the question is, though, like, Mahomes is still great situationally. Even if he doesn't have big numbers, third down. Who's going to be better on third down conversion?
Who's not going to
turn the ball over, have a bad turnover? Or who's going to, even a run. Now, obviously, Lamar is a tremendous runner, a better runner than Mahomes, but who might have that back-breaking scramble? Like, these are the things that Mahomes has been better at and Lamar hasn't been as good at. So it's those things situationally where Mahomes, even without a big statistical day, could top Lamar. But I think statistically, Nick, I think Lamar is going to definitely have a better.
Lamar has not done well against Spags defense, flatly. And so I don't know that I necessarily agree that statistically he's going to have a better game. I guess we'll see. I also think, and it really reared its head in that Lions game, but this year, if this is not a Josh stat, this is a Nick stat, so Josh, you can double check me on this. There have been 21 red zone sacks in the NFL this season. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
5 of Lamar Jackson, 16 by the other 31 quarterbacks. That doesn't show up in any of those numbers of passer rating. And I think Lamar's been excellent.
Situational.
But that's right. And so there is an element of, you know what I mean, that part of so many of Lamar's greatest highlights that we could think of are plays where he could have, would have, should have been sacked, avoids it, and then hits somebody. And, the tax on that is sometimes you do end up actually getting sacked. He's not throwing the ball away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's not giving up on a play, which I think can be hugely productive and worthwhile in most of the field of play, so to speak. In the red zone, it can hurt you. You know what I mean? Because it can take points off the board or hurt you from
And they should
scoring.
be. Last year, they were the best red zone team in the league.
Yep.
This year, they're mediocre. They should be great in the red zone.
KW, can I ask you something? Because you seem very, very, from pre-show to now, for a guy who prays at the altar of quarterback wins.
Oh, yeah.
And a huge part of your Jalen Hurts argument has been the numbers are not irrelevant, but only of minor importance because the team is winning. You sure have abandoned Mahomes very quickly because of starting 0-2. And it's shocking to me. It would make more sense if you were if you weren't so steadfast about the only quarterback stat you care about is winning. And last year, he won more than any player in the league except for Jalen.
Yep.
The year before, they won the whole thing. The year before they won the whole thing, and he won league MVP. This year, they started 0-2, and you seem out entirely.
Because my Patrick Mahomes eye test is failing me, and I want to find a reason. Maybe it's no Xavier Worthy. Maybe it's no Rashee Rice. But he's completing 15. Here's Lamar and Patrick Mahomes this year. Lamar looks like the same guy he has been.
He looks almost better.
And the weird part is
better.
he looks like a different guy in the playoffs.
Yes.
And we are just like, the numbers support it. Your eye supports it. His kind of demeanor supports it.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes is a different guy in the playoffs, and he looks like which is the last time I saw him, and he looks like a different guy than he was. Now, maybe that's just because of the receivers being out. Travis Kelce feels like he aged a little bit more rapidly in the offseason than we had expected. But with the completion percentage of 59, that's in between Russell Wilson, who just lost his job, and Michael Penix, who everybody around the league is saying, hey, what's going on with Penix?
So I wish you would focus on something other than completion percentage.
Why?
Because last year, when we were showing all of these Mahomes having his worst year ever graphic, what they showed was his career worst rating, yards per game, yards per attempt, and career best completion percentage. Last year, I think the only stat Patrick was top 5 in the league in was completion percentage. I just think
but 59 is unusually low.
No, 59's low. Yeah, I agree, but
standards,
I don't think that's an indicator.
I know, but can I just
passer rating?
Yes,
you know.
and it might be because we look at the Chiefs games through a fine-tooth comb, but missing that Tyquan Thornton run, missing Kelce, just like little ones that even Collinsworth is like, oh, that seems weird.
The Kelce one seemed weird. The Thornton one, I don't. He then.
I know,
right, but then he made a harder one.
I know.
But again,
but
it's just about
the 40 seconds, and then last week he hit Thornton on back-to-back perfect deep bombs.
I know.
And so
but there has been more.
Okay.
What's going on?
He hasn't looked himself.
I agree. I agree with that. I've said that.
But situationally, he's still like that's where he's. Even last year,
I don't know
when
if
he
the third down numbers support.
Well, last year situationally he was.
Yeah,
great.
but I don't.
No, this year because the
third
team
down,
was
right?
terrible on third down the first 2 games.
Yeah.
No.
Again, it's a small sample size, so it's strange. But Lamar has to.
You gotta get over.
That's what right.
It was like
this
last
is
year
another
with Pittsburgh.
Instance, right, but it's also it feels also like the AFC Championship game 2 years ago when the Ravens had the number 3 offense, the number 1 defense. The Chiefs that was the first time we had seen the Chiefs struggle in a regular season. They were on the road. There was a receiving core that was healthy, but worse than this one. It felt like you had to get over the hump there. They didn't. Then last year, they didn't even get an opportunity to get over the hump because they lost to Buffalo. Lamar has to win.
Lamar has to win.
Lamar has to win. You're favored. You have
beat up.
Right. You have to win. It's a sad thing that he won't.
Odd. Yeah. One issue with the Ravens, just quickly, it's been Derrick Henry's fumbling. 3 fumbles in 3 straight games, 2 in the fourth quarter. He is not happy about it. Take a listen.
I'm still pissed off, mad at myself. I'm my worst critic, so, I don't try to harp on it too much, but at the same time, it's a problem that got to get fixed. So, I'm working on it. I'm working as hard as I can, to, let this issue be resolved. And, it's tough right now, just the consecutive weeks, back to back, which is crazy. So y'all saw me in distraught because I was just like, can't believe this happened for a 3rd time. But just got to go back to work and, push forward. Or even though it's hard, can't nobody fix it but yourself.
Okay, so here's the data, bro. 647 rushes from 23 to 24, 2 years. Fumbles, 3. 2025, 41 rushes.